Boom! We're here.
Hello.
You're on the wrong app if you want to log into it.
Yeah, I know.
You're like, I want to log into it.
I'm figuring it out, Bryn.
Well, you gotta leave Instagram.
Hold on.
Open YouTube. Where the stream is. You got this. I believe in you. There she is.
There she is. Bob's Burgers. There it is.
Solved it. I'm so proud of you.
Excellent. Excellent. Here we go.
Okay, let's start by making our drink for the evening. Are you prepared to make a drink?
Oh, hey, Cora. Yeah, we're gonna kick tonight off with a drinky.
We're making more things than we usually would because we prepared ahead.
What?
So, we love that for us.
So prepared. Okay, so what are we drinking tonight, Bryn?
It's right in front of you. We're gonna make the Time Out. This is actually a drink that we have made before. Back when Sarah and I lived in Napa, we checked out this book pretty early on, spent some time with it, but the thing that we made the most was the Time Out, which is one of my favorite cocktails. I love the combination of lemon and thyme, and a little alcohol.
A little bit.
Works well.
Yeah.
So, do you mind setting up the pitcher part, and I'll get some lemons juiced? These are
Yeah, I sure can.
pretty charred lemons. Grilled them earlier today. We'll show you a little bit of how that worked out later. What else? It's a really simple drink. It's water, vodka, lemon, a little sweetener, and some thyme.
And it's in a pitcher.
Yeah, it's a pitcher drink. So, nice and easy. We have 4 whole lemons here that I'm just going to juice through a strainer. We have some charred thyme and some uncharred thyme. The charred thyme is going to be a garnish to go in our glasses and alongside the charred lemon. Give it 908.
Ooh. 6. 909. Close enough.
908 is a quart. You could go up to 960 if you wanted, but
We're gonna do. Oh, now it's saying 910. So I don't know what to believe anymore.
what is anything? Give us the good charred ones so they're nice and caramelized.
I don't know why I'm putting that there. It's the measuring cup.
So you want 360 grams of that anyway?
Okay, well, 360, you said?
Yep, that's what I would go for. $330, 40, 57, 63. Damn it. Oh well. I feel like that woman that was like making a drink during the pandemic and she was just dumping in whole bottles of stuff. You just want a splash of vodka. The whole thing. That is called a party.
Mm-hmm. And we need some agave.
Oh, you should do that in the measuring cup, I guess. That'll make it so it doesn't get stuck to the container.
What won't get stuck?
The agave, if you mix it with the
Oh, should
vodka.
I just throw it in with
vodka
the vodka?
Yeah, the vodka acts as a solvent.
Oh, easy. Easy peasy. Do we know how much a half cup is, though?
You've got a measuring cup, so it's not really an issue. That's what I was saying you need a volume.
It'll
measurement
just
for.
sink?
Yeah, it's denser.
What? No, that doesn't sound right.
Public schools have failed you.
Oh, fuck, I can't see it.
Nice and ropey.
There we go. I don't want too much of this shit. today.
All right, so we've got our grilled lemon juice, so it's slightly caramelized, a little less acidic than before. We're gonna throw a bunch of sprigs of fresh thyme in there and some ice cubes and shake that up.
Dang, this is so much agave.
Yeah. Keep in mind you're making 8 drinks at once.
Yeah, that's true.
You can feel my cheeks shaking.
You mean whiskey?
Yep, that's definitely what I meant.
Cool.
Nah.
Do we need ice in this first or no?
What does it say? Nope.
Yada yada yada.
Nope, no ice in the pitcher.
Okay. Great.
Ice water, vodka, agave, stir until the agave is dissolved.
Great. Damn, I need a. Can you grab me a?
Nope. I would never. You want big ice cubes or little ice cubes in your glass?
I like the smaller ice cubes personally.
You got it, man.
Okay, so now we just stir this until the agave is dissolved.
Yep.
Great. I'm just gonna use this same spoon.
Is it still clean?
Yeah,
Great.
it was just set down in the same.
Glad to hear it. I'm gonna check on comments. Sorry, y'all. It's a little harder to do this.
What?
It is a charred lemon in the glass, so they are caramelized. They were just grilled. We're gonna show you all how that happened in a little bit here.
I feel like we should have gone with a pit. We don't even have a pitcher that's see-through, so this is just it. I guess.
We have several pictures that are see-through for what it's worth,
We have pitchers that are see-through apparently.
but they're not as nice. They look ugly.
Yeah. Okay.
You're gonna see the drink though. We won't.
We're gonna call
We won't
that
keep it from you.
stirred. I'll keep this in here maybe. Okay. Ready?
Yes, ma'am. That is prettier than
Damn.
the ice cream. I will say that. The ice cream is gray as fuck.
Yeah. There's so much left in this pitcher too. If this thing makes 8 drinks, impressive. Let's see. Smells very timey.
It needs more vodka. It's very sweet.
It is a very sweet drink. It's good though.
When we make it, we usually omit the agave. We've done a little bit of honey
Yeah.
before. Because when you're cooking out of a cookbook, outside of the rules of this whole thing, we generally make some concessions.
Yeah. I mean, I like this. It's herby, it's
Mhm.
lemony, it's a little bit sweeter.
The lemon I really appreciate.
I don't get any like charred flavor in it. The vodka obviously doesn't really, I mean, it tastes like vodka, but when you mix it together with other stuff, it doesn't really taste like much.
So this is all from the Outdoor Kitchen. It's from the chef of Heartwood in Tulum, which is like a pretty famous restaurant. And this drink is called the Time Out. And yeah, it's just a charred lemon and thyme drink, which, I mean, who can argue with that?
Yeah.
Should we show them how we did it?
Oh yeah, sure.
So I made a video. We're gonna go relocate, and in the meantime, you're gonna watch a video.
Yeah. Of how, well, we're going to show you a video of how we got everything together for this, because
Right.
a lot of it we did ahead of tonight. So,
And we're gonna move a bunch of equipment and hope that nothing breaks.
Yeah.
This is the fear.
yes. All right, ready? Roll that
And-
beautiful grill footage.
God, you just went
I know.
banging
I
this
have
up.
to do it. I have to. I can't help myself.
hack both of you. I was worried that it was.
There we go. As many of these seeds out and off of my fingers.
The remaining fresh tomatoes. What does that mean?
Oh shit, was I not supposed to grill all of them?
Half the tomatoes in oil and salt.
Well, we have more.
Yeah, we have more. Let's just use half
We
the
could just
tomatoes.
sub, yeah, let's just sub out.
We have a solution. I just wanted to see if it said anything about trimming them. It doesn't.
But you assume, right? You assume that you don't want the stems.
Yep.
I'm not gonna add a whole cucumber to it. I'm gonna top the ends. Let's chop it up into manageable sizes. Let's make this baby purr. All right, I think we're
It doesn't
good.
look as nice now.
Yeah.
It's not being red.
Oh, that's spicy. A touch more vinegar.
You can touch it a couple times. Whoa, that's...
Watch as it's like immaculate now. Just you wait. How's she doing? Try this smack jawed.
Smack jawed? That's
Yeah.
not a word.
It is now. It's got some zing. Gazpacho. We're moving on to the barbecue sauce for the lamb chops. Have the jalapenos lengthwise. Remove the stem, scrape out some of the seeds and veins. Combine the tomatillos with their juice, the jalapenos together with the vinegar, yada yada. 2 cups of vinegar. It doesn't say what kind of vinegar. Make sure I'm just not forgetting like some note that he says about like, when I say vinegar, this is what I mean. It doesn't say anything about ingredients. So it must be distilled white vinegar, unless I'm completely missing something. Maybe he has it in the back of the book. Oh, the vinegar. Okay. Look how charred those motherfuckers got. So charred, so crispy. Mash them up. Should be hot to the touch with bubbles starting to form around the perimeter. Hey babe, can you help me with the whisking part?
We're reversing.
Yep.
You don't have to stir that hard.
Whisk the shit out of this.
That's not necessary. Move from the heat and whisk in the strawberry puree. You take whisking so seriously.
Sure do. I'm surprised they don't let you like have it sit in the stuff longer.
Maybe they're trying to prevent it from being all gray.
I mean, it's still gonna look gray.
It's still gonna be pretty gray. This
Quite
is
a
Liam
bit.
Neeson strapping bottles to his fingers that look gray.
I think we're basically done though. I don't know what happens with this after we're done with it. Let me check. Cool the mixture slightly, transfer to a blender, and blend until very smooth. I am dripping all over the place. This little taste. Sweet. This is some sweet barbecue sauce. Okay. This is our green barbecue sauce. It's 11:19 at night. I'm gonna go to bed and pick this up tomorrow.
Back to you, future Sarah. And we're back.
Oh my god, are we back?
We're back.
Whoa.
We did the thing. Look
I
at
feel
that.
like that was so fast. I was like trying to catch up
Like,
on comments.
Quick change artists.
Geez, okay, sorry. I'm really trying to just like catch up on people's comments. That was a crazy, that was a really crazy day yesterday.
And today.
And today.
I had to take a shower right before this because it was so hot outside.
Yeah, oof. He was like the sun was like beating down on, I could like see you in the sun. Just.
I was a fully melted
No.
Brit.
I couldn't do it.
Well,
But
you didn't, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do it for the lives.
We did get spoons for our gazpacho. Let me grab those quick.
Yeah. We were just like really quickly trying to get stuff together for this. Okay. Yeah, that was a fun day though. I think the hardest part when we were cooking stuff was.
I got sunburned through my dirt bike jersey, which is fun.
You did. Is that what those marks were?
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what those marks were on your back. It's sunburn. Okay. This is the barbecue sauce. It's incredibly gelatinous, super jelly. And
Oh, that's the tomatillo stuff, right?
yeah.
Okay. So we got the lamb. We're gonna want to eat that before it gets too cold, but like,
Okay.
let's try out the gazpacho first, I guess.
Sorry, we'll move this plate.
It's a work in progress, folks.
Yeah,
This has olive oil on top. Is that what that little spiral is?
it is. It's served with a drizzle of olive oil, which I think is pretty traditional for gazpacho. If I'm. Oh no! Did you get a bit?
I don't know what that bit was, but it tastes great. It genuinely
Okay.
tastes way better than yesterday.
You know what? I have to put my hair back. This is not gonna work out.
On our first date, we went out to dinner, and Sarah put her hair back to eat, and that's when I knew. She was like, I'm more
Get outta
committed to eating.
I'm ready to eat some food.
That's very good.
Especially food I didn't have to pay for.
It's acidic. It's got the bright, or like the freshness from the cucumber. It's got a lot of heat.
A lot of heat. I was worried about this one, honestly, because when we were tasting it, I think you all saw it, I put a lot of sherry vinegar in there.
I was like, what is happening?
But I think this worked out pretty well.
It's very good.
I like the combination of like the roasty, to be fair, they kind of ended up being more like stewy tomatoes than like charred roasted tomatoes, because the heat where we had the tomatoes on the grill was like, I think more medium than he was expecting us to have the grill level at. So anyway, the tomatoes ended up kind of like stewing in themselves versus like getting really charred right away. But I still like this a lot.
I think it's fantastic. I like a gazpacho anyway. This is one of the better ones I've had. It has not a ton of char going on. That's like not a core component, but it tastes concentrated a little bit.
Yeah, stewy.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, that tastes better than I was expecting it to, honestly. Even after I tasted it that like last night when we made this, I was kind of like, I might get irritated with this after a while.
Right.
But
Get tired of it?
yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
Like my mouth would get tired of eating it after a while.
I
But
mean-
I really like this. I don't have that problem at all. And I like how spicy it is.
I will say this is a lot of gazpacho. This is a large bowl of gazpacho.
Yeah, sorry. when we were playing the video, I was like, oh shit, I have to plate stuff. And I just
None of
ended
this
up
was on the table before.
dumping gazpacho
Yeah.
into like plates as fast as I could. So
We're like, we have 5 minutes.
we have
Let's
to go. We have to go. No, just dump it in. Get it on the table. I do love these plates though.
Your plates?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna switch over to lamb because I'm quite excited for this lamb. So it calls for lamb ribs or chops, loin chops specifically. These are shoulder chops because it was what was available to us. but they seem lovely.
Oh, people
What
are
piece would you
wondering
like,
where
ma'am?
your shirt came from.
It's from a brand called Purple.
I think it's the mattress company. I'm gonna go with this one. We'll just go with the closest one to me. These are incredibly simple lamb chops, but
Yep.
I think the focus is supposed to be on
The Tomatillo barbecue.
yeah. This one I ended up just giving us our own
Sauce
little
bowl.
dish of it. Ooh, that is some jelly barbecue sauce. Oh no.
It's not barbecue sauce, but it is tasty. There's no aromatics.
I took too big a bite, so it's gonna get. I need a second.
It took me a minute to chew through my first bite too. It is well cooked though. It's like lovely. It's soft. It's tender. It's just that we have a tendency to take big bites.
Okay, hold on.
Hubris.
I know. I gotta get through this. Sorry. Okay. Just swallow it.
This cut did work extremely well with this recipe, actually. I'm very happy with this.
Okay, so the sauce here. I don't know if you all can see that. It's very jelly.
Probably the pectin and the tomatillos.
Yeah. It's sweet. It's super sweet. And I don't want to say herby. There's like a light kick from the jalapeno that we put in here, but it's not like spicy. I think the gazpacho is spicier than this.
It's sweet and
Barbecue.
lightly smoky, I would say.
Yeah. It's definitely not what I think of when I think barbecue sauce.
But is it good?
I don't hate it. I think it's okay. It's definitely not my favorite. It's not my favorite barbecue sauce ever, but
I think it works extremely well with the lamb, personally.
I'm gonna take smaller bites this time and try not to make so much noise on my plate. Maybe I just have to douse it in this stuff. Maybe that'll be good. I think it's the sweetness that's like throwing me off a bit because I'm like a vinegar barbecue sauce kind of gal, and this is more on the sweeter side of like a barbecue.
Not everything rendered perfectly. Love that. That was disgusting. Sorry about that.
Ew.
Had a big chunk in there that I could not chew through.
Yeah.
I'm into this. It's a good meal.
So far.
I think the ice cream's gonna throw it off.
Well, maybe not. I just think going from the sweet barbecue sauce to then like sweet ice cream is going to be a little bit of a weird
Well,
and wild transition.
it's a little bit of a bitter ice cream, so
Yeah.
it's quite charred.
Do we like these things together? So we paired these things together on a whim, really.
Willy-nilly.
Just real willy-nilly on like a Monday.
Casual Monday pairing.
Yeah. I honestly think the gazpacho is a really good opener for the lamb.
I mean, it works really well with the tomatillo too, right? No brainer.
They did call for, the meat was supposed to be a little bit different. We couldn't find,
I already called it out.
oh, you didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, great. When did you call that up? What did I miss?
Immediately.
Oh, well, I missed that.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. See what's going on in here. I can go for a little bit more. There's not a ton of edible meat because things haven't rendered properly because it's such a fast cook.
Why am I not excited about this meal? Why aren't you excited about this meal?
I think the grilling isn't necessary for most of these things.
Yeah,
That's the thing for me is like
I think that's it.
It tastes good. We could more easily do this indoors than outdoors.
Yeah.
That is, I think, the biggest.
Especially when it's as hot as it is. What was it today?
92.
92. Yesterday was
out
like
cooking.
94. But to be fair, the sun was setting by the time we started yesterday. So
Not today.
not today. Bryn just endured the whole heat wave on his back. No problem. Like a gentleman and a scholar.
I don't like that at all.
I think you put it well. I think the only thing from this dish that I think sorry, let me back up. I don't think that the barbecue sauce necessarily needed the grill.
Or to be called barbecue sauce.
Or to be called barbecue sauce. And I'm not sure that the gazpacho also needed the grill. You could probably just roast some tomatoes in your oven.
I mean, the char is beneficial, I would say.
Of this?
Yeah.
Maybe from the onion. I don't know. I
Or
mean,
from the jalapenos and the bell peppers and, you know,
all that other stuff
the other stuff that's in there.
that was in there. Broiling everything? Yeah, that would work too, Steph. God. Sorry, I'm trying so hard not to make any noises on my plate because I know that's irritating to people.
Just
so
go.
I'm like, don't cut it. Don't make the sounds that bother people.
You're about to chew
Rip
it.
off the unrendered fat here.
Please just cut
don't
through
even
it.
worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Stop paying attention to me.
How are we doing, chat?
Ugh, there we go.
Oh my god, Sarah, just eat.
I know, but I know people don't like the scrapey noise.
Cora thought I was just eating barbecue sauce. It's the gazpacho. Which actually, I would say the gazpacho is closer to barbecue sauce than the...
Then the barbecue sauce?
Yeah. Although both of them, I think, would benefit from some herbs and aromatics.
Totally. What would you put in them though? Like, what herbs would you throw in here? Thyme, maybe?
This needs cumin. And
Cumin.
coriander, probably. Then it would be a bit closer to what I would consider a barbecue sauce. There's just no spices in it.
Yeah.
It's just jalapeno and tomatillo
Yeah.
and sweetener.
Blended.
Yeah. There's just not enough oomph there. I would love some herbs with the gazpacho.
Like what? Like what
Cilantro.
herbs? Cilantro. Okay. I could see that.
Dill would be good with it.
I could also see dill with it.
Just a little bit more going on. These flavors are not bad, and honestly, there's a lot in this book that I'm excited for beyond just this meal.
Yeah.
So, I currently am leaning towards this book because there is more that I'm excited about in this one than the last one.
The drink's great.
I wish it were a little
less sweetness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we're not sweet tooth people.
I wonder if the lamb tastes good dipped in the gazpacho.
Do it.
I'm gonna try it just for you, Cora.
Maybe don't do it.
Or Tatiana, sorry.
I just did it. I wouldn't recommend it.
Oh, you're not gonna do it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
I figured you would.
Okay, here we go. I like that it's not as sweet. This is
It's
incredibly
quite bitter.
sweet.
Yeah. I don't know that I appreciate that about it. Because it's got the funk from the lamb to contrast it, personally. I don't need more complexity, I guess. I just want a little balance.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just saying, like, that's my takeaway. I do think that is very nice, though. These are a very inefficient cut of meat. There's like, unless you render it fully.
Oh, extremely.
If this were stewed, easy.
Yeah.
But there's so much, like, there's so many like distributed like bits of intramuscular fat or intermuscular fat, you know, whatever, one of them, and it prevents you from getting at the meat easily.
Uh-huh. Mm. I know, we all wanted it to taste good, Tatiana.
I think it tastes good. I would definitely call...
Oh no, she wanted the like lamb dipped in gazpacho to taste good. I think they taste good together. I just don't think that they taste good as like a
directly.
dip. Yeah.
Partially because the gazpacho is very cold.
It is very cold.
What's your breakdown so far?
The gazpacho smash.
Mm-hmm.
The lamb. I wish we would have found the right cut of meat for it, but
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna say pass on the lamb.
Really?
Yeah.
Fascinating.
And light pass on the barbecue.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm a smash on everything so far.
Really?
Yeah, everything's been a hit.
Oh, and a smash on the drink.
I think everything is good. I consider the lamb and the barbecue sauce one dish.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, light pass on the lamb barbecue sauce combo.
Just because they're in the recipe book as one
Right.
dish.
But yeah, smash on the gazpacho. This is tasty. Really tasty.
I think it would be admittedly better if we'd gotten the right cut of lamb. It
Yeah,
it
I
is a
think that's
good
what's-
cut. It's
I
just
think that's
inefficient.
Right. That's the thing that's throwing me off.
Yeah. The fact that we're like losing a lot because we didn't have because the quick cook time didn't allow for the fat to render.
Right. I still plan on tearing these pieces down and then making something out of them.
Well, we should just chuck them in some kind of broth and like
Yeah.
stew them.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
We
Braise
might
them
just
off
do
the
that.
bone.
Yeah.
But as such, like they're not going to fit in this context.
Oh, no.
But if we can render that fat, we'll be in good
Mm-hmm.
shape.
Yeah. So definitely not going to throw these away. We'll just render the bejesus out of them.
Yes. Which will be great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we should do lamb jajangmyeon with it.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
We've been wanting to do that. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. Here we go.
Oh my god, there's so much going on here.
It's so hard to keep up with comments because we can't like see anything from the camera. So hopefully we're not missing any questions. If we are, I don't know, yell at us. I don't know how you yell at us, but
I think what we should do I think what we should do is set up an iPad here so that we can like see
that would
the
be good.
chat more easily.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all. We're trying to do a lot of stuff at once.
The drink is nice. It's a little over sweetened.
Mm-hmm.
Someone asked about that.
But the presentation is lovely.
I think this is
This is
a
such
very
a lovely
cool
presentation.
drink, and it's very
Especially
it's
if
perfect for a heat wave like today.
Yeah, especially if you're already grilling outside. Throw some lemons on the grill.
Right.
Make some drinks.
So that's how we were doing it before. Is we were bringing out the pitcher to meet us.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just be out grilling some like whole chickens or something like that, and then we just grill the lemons.
Toss them in.
Yep. Lovely.
Excellent.
All right, how are you feeling about some gray strawberry ice cream?
Yeah, let's try the ice cream.
I'll go dish it up quick. You keep the kids entertained.
I'll keep the conversation lively as much as I can out here. Yeah, I know. I also enjoy a charred lemon. I think I probably got to that when I was saying that this is a great presentation. There's something about like the caramelization of like a charred lemon that's really nice too. Like it's kind of like syrupy. Mm. What else happened in the last couple of days while we were...
Keep it sprightly over there.
Yeah. Trying to think of what else happened over the last couple of days that like we didn't really touch on.
We got some stuff coming up. You want to tell them about stuff?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll give you all some like spoilers of content that's coming down. The pike? Is it pike? Pike? Pike is pike. Correct me if I'm wrong. So some stuff that we have coming up. We've got an apron review coming up in the next couple of weeks. We have.
That's coming up Monday.
Well, hopefully it comes out Monday, but we'll see.
Headley and Bennett versus Tilly, baby.
Yeah, we're doing a head-to-head of Headley and Bennett versus Tillich. You can probably hear him in the background, so. And then we're doing a knife sharpener head-to-head of like Horrell versus Tumbler to see if those like knife sharpeners actually work.
With my buddy Steven from Steven
Yep.
Sharpens.
And then we've got a chef's knife review coming out.
We have so many knives
we've
right
got
now in our kitchen.
Just a crazy amount of knives. We have some knives that can't even like fit on the blocks, and
It's
they're just
getting-
sitting on the counter. Thank God we don't have kids.
We have 30 new knives sitting in our kitchen. We're trying to find time to use them
Lord.
all.
Oh, what's the author's name of the book?
Eric something or other.
Oh, Cora had it. Cora got it.
Great. Thank you.
Cora.
Eric Wenger?
Werner.
Werner.
Okay, sorry. Let's try this ice cream.
It is distinctly more strawberry than I feel like it was when I tasted it earlier.
It's gray.
It is.
It is.
It's like
It's the most
sad
beige.
beige. Yeah.
It's the most sad beige color.
It's like desaturated beige.
Yeah. It's extremely sweet again. A lot of things are very sweet. You have the sweet drink, the sweet barbecue. The gazpacho was not sweet, but then this is very sweet.
I wonder if it's just like going for a specific like maximum flavor. Is like maybe that's his approach.
Maybe.
Is like let's just like wow people with one detail rather than trying to balance a bunch of things and like requiring people to like taste and adjust.
What do you mean? Oh.
So
what?
if you just like really double down on one specific flavor, that's just a different approach than like taking the balanced thing. Especially for a cookbook, that makes some sense, in my opinion, in terms of like letting people get to something that they will feel like has a lot of flavor without having them taste and adjust over and over.
I see.
That's
I mean,
my
I
best
think
guess.
it worked out better with the gazpacho since I did have to taste and adjust a few times, but
right. Just as a general rule, that's going to be beneficial, right? But most people don't know how to do that.
yeah.
They don't understand what to taste means.
Yeah. I mean, it's still ice cream, so I'm gonna say light smash on this. Like, I'm so intrigued by it being burnt strawberry, but I want it to have also like fresh strawberry pieces in it too, so that you have a little bit of a break from the like burnt flavor. It's not bad, like it's not bad burnt. It's just like caramely.
Pieces would go a long way.
But I think
agree.
I need like some chunks of fresh strawberry in here
Yeah.
for me to really, really like it. And he just had you sieve all of it out. So
Immediately.
yeah, immediately. So I don't know. We ended up with sad beige ice cream. That's
I do think
extremely tasty.
I do think it would be a good idea to chill the ice cream batter with the strawberries in it to get more of that strawberry extracted,
Yeah. Totally.
and then sieve it into the ice cream maker.
And use fresh strawberry chunks
Yeah.
at the end or something.
Yeah, or just throw a couple slices on top or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Some counterbalance.
Yeah. He's got this like beautiful picture of it in the book too, where it's like this very picturesque
It's like pink and marbly.
pink marbly ice cream, and then on the side he has like the burnt strawberry piece, and then he has like a piece of mint sitting on top, and you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be awesome. And then you skim through it, and you're like, yeah, this is gonna be easy. And then you actually read it, and you're like, oh no, we sieve all of the pieces out? Oh man. Boo.
Mm.
So yeah.
Oh.
The pictures of this at least do not match
Coming off
what
this,
they look like.
this suddenly tastes like bitter. And it's great.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like by contrast.
Mm.
Huge benefit.
Mm.
It's just like lemon and vodka now is what it tastes like, but obviously that's not the case. A lot of time. Love it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's ice cream, so it's good. It just could be better.
Everyone's roasting Tatiana in the comments for
No.
mortar and pestle. Which I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
also I love it a little bit. Yeah, there are 2 mortars and pestles, and then there's a suribashi, surikogi, pilon, and molcajete. This one's like, I use it for making curry, and that one was my first spice grinder. And Sarah hated the feeling of it, so we had to get a real spice grinder that actually ground them for us.
Yeah, I couldn't stand it.
She's got sensory issues.
I touched it. I think I tried to grind something the first time, and it felt like
Nails on a chalkboard.
nails on chalkboard, so I had to drop it. Not really drop it, just like not touch it anymore. I have the same problem. There's like a couple of knives that we're reviewing that give me the ick too anytime I hold them. And
They've got like very matte finishes.
there's
on
like
the handle.
no way I'll be able to touch those ever.
I
They're
like
some
them.
silly knives.
But the other thing is, like, I've been thinking about this a lot over the last, like, 2 weeks. I think that people overestimate the impact of a handle that they like. Because if you're holding a pinch grip correctly, you're really not touching the handle a bunch, except for when it hits your, like, this part of your hand. Because you should just only use the fulcrum here, and then just, like, you're not actually, like,
That's also an
gripping the
extreme,
handle.
like, learned
right.
thing. But
But
yeah.
I think the problem is that handles look like they're designed to be held like a hammer.
Yes, totally.
That's the thing that throws people off. But if you hold it from the middle and like you don't over-index on wrapping your fingers around the handle, you're in good shape. I gotta figure out how to put that in a video.
I know. How do you put that?
Yeah. Like, hey, I just don't want to be like fucking Chris Kimball and be like, you're holding this wrong. You're making your rice wrong because I went to this one place in Japan and they did it this way. Like,
Steph's gonna love you for that so much.
there's definitely only one culture that makes rice, actually. God damn it.
And now he's angry.
There's my rant. It took a turn.
No, he's angry and he's sweating.
Oh.
Oh, you're not sweating.
I took a shower.
I
I'm
took a
good.
shower.
This is great. I would cut the sweetening
I'm so glad
by
we're getting
half.
a Bryn lecture about this.
I would cut in the sweetening by half, and then I'd be happy.
Yes. Yes. A little too sweet. Little too sweet. Little too sweet. Tasty. Sorry. Can
Well,
you
that's,
see
like,
this?
bitter,
Is this
honestly.
even? Yeah, it's still in the shot. Okay. I
I
didn't
think-
finish all of mine, but
I think the cucumber peel gives it like quite a bit of bitterness.
yeah. And the nice kick of jalapeno. But there's not a lot. I think there's only one in there.
Mm-hmm. And it's a little bit,
It's surprising that there are 5 jalapenos in this,
and it's not what I would consider spicy.
and I would not consider. Wait, Will? Am I misremembering? Which one had the 5?
This one did.
Yeah, this one did. Yeah, yeah. I had to
Tiny,
like
sweet,
think
smoky.
back to what we were putting on the grill, and like, cause that was the order. Like one half
scrape
was
the
for
seeds in-
gazpacho, and one half was for.
We scrape the seeds and flesh out of these ones, though, right?
She did, or sorry, Eric did say to scrape out.
Not that one. So that's why that one's spicier.
Yeah. Now I'm trying to like remember. Hold on.
You don't have to sync or remember for it. You're good.
I think you had to pull out most of the innards of the jalapeno for the barbecue sauce, and some of them. But honestly, I don't remember. I'd have to look back at the recipe.
Talk about the dull strong knives more. I'm all right.
I'm sure he's gonna rant about them.
Mm-hmm. It's probably gonna get its own video in the review. I think it might be 2 weeks of reviews.
Yeah, it's gonna be
a lot to cover.
Yeah, there's no way you can try and fit all.
I know I want to talk about Shun versus Miyabi because they're like, I feel like Miyabi's doing what Shun wishes they were doing, and so I think there's something interesting to cover there, and they're in the same price point. So like Shun, very thin. Like Kai is really trimming the margins.
Do you want to get examples of the two?
Sure.
So you haven't. I'm sure most of you do know the difference between the two knives, but just in case, it's probably better to have like representation.
Just two Shuns.
What? Did I miss something?
I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
Okay, so Shun, extremely narrow blades. They're quite flexible. Especially, well, this is the, what is this one? I can never remember. This is the nicer one, I think. Premier Chefs, and this is the Classic Chefs. This one, wow, that is, why is it wet?
I don't know.
Quite flexible, and the steel is VG10 or a variant of VG10 called VG Max, and it's fine. It's just very thin, and it's a quite hard steel, so at the edge, it has a tendency to chip. That's why you see Shun knives with chips all the time. Miyabi, on the other hand, it is just, this is one of the hardest steels I've ever used. It's phenomenal. I've really been enjoying it. It feels a little thick at the spine, but it's a much better problem to have, in my opinion, where if you have a really hard steel, you need a little bit more support to prevent it from chipping. And so they're actually doing what they should. These are the two handles that Sarah hates.
Yeah, I can't touch
that. That is the downside. But if you're holding it like this, and you're like, I touch the metal cap at the end the most when cutting. I'm not actually like handling that. I'm got one finger wrapped around here, and then that's it. So, you know, I do hate that they're all Damascus. If I could, I would happily choose just a flat steel. I cannot take myself seriously with a Damascus knife. They're like racing stripes. They don't do shit. I think too many people watch Forged in Fire or some shit on YouTube, and then they thought that like it would mean it was higher performance.
Stronger,
you know what I mean?
Better, faster.
All right, Game of Thrones, calm down. Like, this is a really cool steel called SG2. This is, I can't remember what the number is. They call it, what is it? MC66. There's actually like an industry level name. Every brand has their own like name for all the steels. So I love the bevel on it though. Dang. I've heard this one is really hard to sharpen, but it also should need sharpening far less than most other steels. This is just like an extremely hard steel. It's 66 Rockwell, which is crazy. Like a typical Wussoff would be like 55, 56. Global's like 58. Shun's probably 58. And then you're looking at like carbon steels at the like early 60s. 66 is like the hardest knife I've ever used. It's insane, but it also like feels great and doesn't feel like it's gonna break on a cutting board. So I'm optimistic.
Yeah.
I just wish they would make it in a steel that wasn't pattern welded.
It looks like jewelry. Yeah. So there's gonna be a few.
It looks like I have
not verses, but just comparing brands of stuff like down the road.
It implies insecurity by holding it.
Yeah. And then we're gonna try to work on a wok review.
I've started ordering woks.
Yeah.
I've got some that I'm going to test with a wok ring. Someone recommended a wokmon, which is like it funnels in the flames towards the center of the wok. So I'm excited to try that. Got a few things going there.
Yeah. But if anybody has any recommendations of woks that you want us to check out, let us know.
I also got a Heston Nanobond
We're working on
pan
buying them right
finally to test that. I'm going to test that against
yeah.
DeMeyer, I think.
Yes. I think the two brands should be compared a bit.
But I think
because they're higher end brands.
They're both in the same absurd price point.
Yes. Silly price point.
Yeah. Nanobond seems interesting. Washing it, I was like, oh, this feels nonstick. Like the water just beads up on it like a windshield.
Huh.
It's pretty interesting for a titanium and steel pan.
Yeah.
Which
I haven't used it yet, so I don't know.
I initially assumed that meant it was like 316 Ti steel or something like that, where it had like titanium bonded to it. It is a pretty different like surface.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We'll see how it does. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
That's the majority of it for the next little bit here.
Yeah.
We're going to do this grilling book. I think we're only going to do 3 auditions for this one because we only found 3 books that we were actually excited about. And then...
Oh, yeah. The next one that we're reviewing next week is going to be Charred.
Which is all vegetables.
All vegetable grilling, yeah. I think that'll be interesting. I don't know if this one's going to make the cut for like a full review, but it'll be worth doing an audition of it. See how it goes. There's a few things in here that look good. There's a corn on the cob with Cambodian coconut, lime, and chili based. That looks pretty dope, especially because it's corn season.
I can't wait.
Check this out, though. Look how pretty that looks. I don't know if you can see it.
It looks like a very chill elote.
Yeah. So that we might do that one. I don't know. We haven't like gone through and like created the menu for this one yet.
I don't know how you do elote without mayonnaise, but that seems like a good approach to it. Like coconut makes sense to me. Another creamy white.
Yeah, they've got a lot of bean burgers.
Which we're not going to do.
Which we will not do, but they do have some very interesting kebabs that I think we're going to try to do.
That looks like negi ma but made with cheese. Oh, it's tofu. Interesting.
Yeah. So I think this one will be good.
I love tofu.
I know we have a lot of people that are asking us about like grill or vegetable dishes in general.
Right.
So I think if this does well,
I think that would be a very fun one also.
Well.
My big concern with chicken and charcoal was just that we covered so much of the book so fast.
Yeah, we really did.
And it's so specific about the ingredients that it would be a huge pain to do it. And I don't think that like we'd be able to get as much out of it because it's a specific grill, specific ingredients. What is it? Papa John's?
It's like
I almost said Taco John's, but that's a regional specific restaurant, I believe.
better food, better pizza. Papa John's, isn't that it?
Better ingredients, better pizza.
That's right.
Anyway.
Doesn't that guy suck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Super. Oh my God! You should watch his house tour where he's got eagles fucking as a chandelier in his foyer. Something else.
What?
This fucking guy.
Incredible.
Top tier shithead.
Please call the series Walk This Way. For the walk review?
I mean, we have to, right?
Yes, thank you, Cora. That's excellent. We'll credit you.
I need more ice. It's genuinely eagles fucking as like a chandelier.
Can you hear him? He's walking away, but yeah. That's gross. People with that much money and not enough sense should not should not have that much money. I don't know. Gross.
I do think that this is going to be very good braised. It's going to be nice.
Yeah, maybe we'll make a little... maybe we'll make a video on it? I don't know. We'll see.
I feel like one of the things I would like to do more of is the kind of... the way that we cook...
Day to day.
On a day-to-day basis where it's very...
It's very ad lib. It's very last minute.
It's unintentional.
Like, it's usually like, what do we have in the fridge still that we need to make something with before it goes bad? Or
It's all improv.
Or it's like, hey, I've had this really weird idea to do. What was the one thing we did this week?
We did a couple of things this week.
Kielbasa wraps, and
it was like some.
Yeah, and then you wanted to
So
do
lettuce wraps with rice and kielbasa and what was the?
We had leftover tomatoes from grilling yesterday, so we threw those on there.
We did a couple things with plums just because plums looked really good.
Oh yeah, that was really tasty though.
One was merguez sausage and like flatbread.
Yep.
Yogurt and like a plum pickle and a cucumber pickle.
That was really good.
And the other one was like a plum puree with chilies in it, which was really good. It's just plums and chili crisp, and I just like blitzed it quick, and it's so pretty. I'm gonna grab that. It's the prettiest color. What do we have this with? I don't really remember. Look at that. It's so vibrant. It's like little bits of pink, little bits of orange, little bits of purple. Yeah. I love it. Tasted great too.
But there's a fried oyster mushroom sandwich that we had a couple of years ago that I think this would be really, really excellent on.
Oh, it's matsutake mushrooms. Or maitake mushrooms.
Oh,
it's not oyster.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's from A Super Upsetting Cookbook About Sandwiches, which is an amazing book.
Right there.
Oh, there it is. It's a black cover. I was thinking it was a white spine. It is mushrooms and peaches, and I think you're right. It would be incredible.
It's the Suzanne sugar baker, not the Susan sugar baker. Like I said, it was multiple times.
I mean, you went for it, and that's commitment. Peach Muchim 73 is gonna be it, I think. So it's a Korean style peach pickle.
Yeah, that one. So tasty.
It was. Sarah made this for our anniversary a couple of years ago. That was like the day that we tested it, and I was like, "Are we sure that we want to do a peach and mushroom sandwich?" And it was one of the best things that I've ever eaten.
Amazing.
Incredible. And you're really relying on the acidity from the peaches, so a plum replacement would make a ton of sense.
Yeah. So we've made this for friends multiple times, and every time we do, people are like, "You're crazy. Why would you do this?" And we're like, "Just you wait. Trust the process."
And then they fight over the last pieces. It's not a joke. We've had people elbow people out of the way to get the last one.
Yeah. Told you.
It's so good.
They're so good.
Because the mushroom almost is like fried chicken. Mm-hmm. It's really savory. It's a little bit spicy, and then you've got the very sour pickles. Delicious.
Oh, what's going on, Ileana? Sorry. What did I miss? What did I miss?
Can we see the ice cream up close?
Can we see the ice cream up close?
Sure. I'll grab
sure.
the ice cream.
Man, it is much easier to do this when we're sitting down than it is to do this while we're standing up. There she is. The beautiful beige.
Try not to touch the lens. Is that close enough?
It's very close. It's gray beige ice cream. Grayish.
Oh, fuck. Last Friday?
It's like a sad beige.
Last Friday, I had the best meal ever. Because Sarah had a ladies' night, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I texted the boyfriends of the people she was out with, and I texted other friends, and they were all gone. So I was like, well, what the fuck am I going to eat? It's too late. Things are starting to close. I went to this arcade that Sarah had gone to that has a restaurant that just opened up from one of the Sues at Bavel.
And I was like, you should go. I think you'd really like it. And he was pushing it off for a long time. No, I
You didn't imply that it was great. You implied it was okay.
I was like, I think you're really gonna like it, and you were like, it doesn't sound that great. The way you're describing it doesn't sound good. And then
I disagree.
Anyway, he goes and he's like, it's incredible, and he's like crying and like has 10 plates in front of him.
I ordered half the menu by myself because I didn't know what I was gonna do. I walked in, and the hostess was like a friend of a friend, and so she hugged me across the counter and then gave me a whole like booth but to myself. And I ordered so much of the menu, and then the chef came and sat down across from me, and we like talked about food for like an hour and a half. It was great. I got there at 10 and we left at 1:30 in the morning. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
One of the best meals I've ever had.
Yeah.
Genuinely exciting food, but also like super engaging to like talk to a chef about their food like right there. He clearly just wanted to talk to someone else who like gave a shit about food, about his food and like what he was doing. Brought us a binder full of recipes. We talked like through all the details of them. It was super fun. Showed me some stuff that's coming up. Oh, that was a blast. It's called Poltergeist.
Yeah, if you're
delicious food.
It's like in with an arcade.
It's called Button Mash.
Yeah.
It's
so it's very loud in there, and it's not at all fancy. But then the food is incredible. You do have to like make a reservation for Poltergeist to like get that food, because I think they do like bar food for.
Bar food,
Button
like
Mash.
there's cocktails on the other side,
Right.
but there's only beer, wine, and food on the other side. And the food, I mean, the things I was eating were like, there was a Thai Caesar salad, which was like lime leaf, and then it had this like big puffed up rice paper sheets as like the croutons, and it was really delicious. I wouldn't call it like Caesar, which was my feedback to him, but I love the flavor of it because it doesn't tell you, it doesn't give you Caesar, it gives lime leaf, which is my favorite smell on earth. So I was like pretty into it. What else did we have?
Bryn had a bread.
Dorado flatbread. We had octopus burrata with squid ink fry bread. That was delicious. My favorite was a yellow curry bucatino, which was wild. It was just like, it's a yellow curry, and then there's like a ajica, which is like a walnut and tomato sauce, and then there was a tomatillo zug with it, and then there's popcorn and a corn rib in the bowl. It was like the weirdest thing. I had so much fun with it. It was very playful.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate.
Chaos.
Yes. Oh, he's like known for chaos cooking.
Yeah.
I believe he's commonly referred to as the father of it. But I didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
And I asked him how he felt about the term, and he's like, so here's a bunch of articles from Eater and whatever else talking about me and chaos cooking. It's like, oh, all right.
I walked in with one of my friends after ladies' night because he was still there, and I was like, Jesus Christ! Like walked in, it's just like all plates, just all plates, all in front of him. Like we could barely sit down because there were just like plates pushed.
I ordered
out
6 dishes,
My
and
God.
they sent me out a 7th.
So much food.
It was a great time.
And then everyone was like, "Do you want boxes? Are you gonna take any of it home?"
They brought me boxes after the first dish
Yeah.
came out.
I don't think he ended up taking any of it home
No,
because
'cause
by the time
the waitress sat down and ate with us.
yeah, everyone was like
The chef and the
hanging
sous
out
sat
and
and
like
ate with
eating
us.
some food. Yeah.
It was a good time. I was just trying to figure out what I was going to eat that night.
Yeah.
Took a turn.
Honestly, I expected you to like maybe order food in or whatever, and then I get this text from him and he's like, "So I'm here," and I'm like, "Ah, you motherfucker! Of course you would. Of course you would."
So then they came and ate the rest of my food. It was
Yeah.
great. Love it.
Bryn's got a crush on Diego. Yeah, for sure. Oh, did he recognize you from TikTok? I know Victoria.
No, Victoria did. Yeah.
The waitress.
Hostess.
She's been aware of our stuff. So she's been wanting us to come in because she thought that we were doing reviews of restaurants. So
Right.
she wanted us to do a review of the restaurant. And
But we've since talked to her more, and like she knew that we weren't doing that.
yeah. But no, I don't think Diego watches any of that
No.
stuff.
He follows us on Instagram now, though.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah. Is the octopus burrata with octopus or burrata made of octopus?
It is legs of octopus grilled they were like almost perfect. The very top, I talked to him about it. Like, this is the only thing that like was off to me. Is that the very top was a little bit like squishy.
Oh,
Like,
no,
not quite
really?
right. Yeah. And
Ours was perfect when we had it.
but it's like hot octopus, cold burrata with some like there's like a couple weird potato wedges and there's some pickled plum, which I think is where I got like excited about plum from. Oh, there was some pickled tomatillo too, like some really interesting acids going on there.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the fry bread was like what you eat with. The challenge to me, what I was like really surprised by is the fact that they did a pitch black bread and understood when it was cooked well. That is like a magic trick.
It is hard to do.
It was
but I bet
cooked
he's
perfectly.
done it so many
Yeah.
times. He's probably he could do it with his eyes closed probably.
So, what I didn't know going into this was that he was the person responsible for, if you watch our Babel review talking about how amazing the sauces were, he developed most of those sauces. He also was the head baker at Babel for a long time, which is known for its bread. So he's doing incredible stuff. Yeah, big fan.
Really cool shit.
We talked about how like bad the Michelin star system is for like restaurants and like how it just gives like old French people control over like what gets popularized globally.
Yeah.
Things like that is lovely.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. You know, it is what it is. I think the French have had enough say in cooking for now. The food is a little boring.
Oh, I didn't realize the bucatini was vegan. But that
It
makes
is.
sense.
Yep,
That makes sense.
it was.
What was that show we were watching with one of the first Michelin restaurateurs?
What do you mean?
Fuck. I can't remember what his name is. Old guy.
Had to be.
Uh,
One of the first. Wait, that's babe. It's been around for a lot longer.
okay. Ooh, I can't remember who he is. But it was like a show we were watching and he was making food. He was trying to pick
Off to a
out
good start.
if he wanted to do beef or pork.
For what?
Is it Marco Pierre White?
Marco Pierre White. Yeah. I mean, not one of the first.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm glad you finally know Marco Pierre White.
I just had to talk through it a little bit
Ileana's-
to get my head to
yeah.
be like, no, it's Sarah. This is the name.
I
We
love
got
Marco
this.
Pierre White. Ileana does too. And also people who make Gordon Ramsay cry. I mean, how can you hate him?
True. Yeah. That was a wild show, though.
It was his like Great British Feast or something like that.
Yeah.
Marco's Great British Feast, something like that. He was trying to make
All Brit. He was trying to make
like-
Britain food a thing.
right. Well, it was supposed to be for
British
an event, I think. So he went and like shot rabbits. He like
Yeah.
went and caught fish. Did a bunch of those things to make the most British meal for people. It was okay.
Mm-hmm. It
Not
was
amazing.
extremely British.
Yeah. He's very funny though. He was the first celebrity chef. That's like what he's known for.
Oh yeah.
But yes, he did have Michelin stars.
Sounds sexy. Cool. Okay. Well, it's 7:09. Is there anything else we need to cover?
How do you feel about this?
I think we're okay.
You said you had 2 passes.
Yeah. Yes, 2 passes. I'd be interested to try more from this book, but I just think that if we had chosen a better cut of meat, this would have been maybe a more ideal situation. And the sweetness level is just off for me.
It
personally.
leans sweet. Yeah, I think that's fair.
That's my only feedback, though. The
Cool.
gazpacho's great.
Got that gazpacho.
Got that gazpacho.
Gazpacho's underrated, I have to say. I think cold soup is a good thing.
Very good thing. Okay. Well, y'all, I think we're gonna go.
Look at us doing about an hour.
I know.
2 times in a row.
I know. We're trying to keep it like
We're not trying to take up your whole evening.
exactly, but we're also
Last time
we also
though,
want to hang out.
I was exhausted like an hour later because I'm so used to ending like, when we're already tired.
Oh yeah, that's
I think
right.
it fucked me up mentally.
It was like 8:30 or something, and Bryn's like, "Oh my god, I need to go to bed. What time is it?" It's like, dude,
The sun's not
it's
down yet.
early. We have so much more time to do things, other things. Cool, yeah. But anyway, we should probably go.
Thanks for hanging out, y'all.
Yeah, have a great
Appreciate
weekend.
it. Good
We'll
seeing
see
y'all.
you next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday with
Charred.
with this book. This is the one that we're doing next week.
I like the little zebra print on it.
I don't know if you can. Fuck, my hand is in the way. Can you read it? I feel like it's glaring.